Welcome back to Fist Entertainment for the next review. Now, I do like the new artwork on this release, but after watching the film a few times in 4K, it's more symbolic to have this artwork for this film. And of course I'm talking about where's the year on this? I want to make sure I get this right. Never see shit on here. Yeah. So I'm talking about 1994's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein with Kenneth Branagh. Sorry. Kenneth Branagh, I believe is his name. Kenneth Branagh, I believe, or however you say it, is the Shakespearean writer, director, and actor who actually directs, writes, and stars in his own movies. Has been doing it for years. In fact, Kenneth Branagh, okay, I don't know how to say his name, so I'll spell his last name. His last name is Branagh. This is an interesting British guy here. Basically, he wrote and directed and starred in his own version of William Shakespeare's Hamlet. He also wrote and directed and starred in this version of Frankenstein. And he also kind of did everything and star in the following films, which I will be reviewing at a later time. And that, of course, is the remake of Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, and still playing in theaters currently, The Haunting in Venice. Well, in 1994, he made this really cool movie, Frankenstein. And to give you a little idea about the alternate artwork, the alternate artwork looks like this. Very cool, but it just doesn't fit with the themes of the film. This is much more drama driven, but it also has a lot of very haunting, horrific stuff in it. The film stars Robert De Niro and Kenneth whatever his name is, Kenneth Branagh, Bradshaw or Ranoff or whatever his name is. So I will read a back synopsis of this film. Kenneth Branagh leads an all-star cast including Robert De Niro in the cinematic version of Mary Shelley's classic tale of Gothic horror. At the turn of the 19th century, visionary scientist Victor Frankenstein embarks on an quest to conquer the mysteries of human mortality. But his bid to create life out of death goes hideously wrong and succeeds only in beginning a deformed monster, Robert De Niro. Horrified by what he has become, the scientist attempts to destroy his creation, but fails, rejected by his creator and shamed by the world of man. The tormented creature swears vengeance against Frankenstein and his family. As the monster begins to embark the murderous murderous revenge, Victor must face a terrible reckoning with the with the tragic consequences of attempting to play God. All right, so I don't read that well, so I'll just go ahead and just simply say it. It's the classic tale of Frankenstein, but it's more based off of the novel. Basically, Victor Frankenstein is obsessed with conquering death, and he creates a corpse out of. He creates a specimen body out of body parts from multiple corpses that he dug up from beyond the grave, and basically creates creates obviously Frankenstein's monster, which is played by Robert De Niro, and this is what makes it stand out differently in a lot of ways from Boris Karloff's version or Lou Glass's version. Now. Technically, Lou Glass's version in the miniseries Frankenstein is the most accurate, and that's actually the most accurate to the novel there is. This right here is almost as good, but when it comes to the story of Frankenstein in visual form, this is why I tend to gravitate towards. How in the fucking hell did Robert De Niro not get an Oscar for his portrayal as the creature is beyond me. But basically, being abandoned by his creator, this monster embarks on trying to find acceptance in his place in this cruel world that won't accept him. And he does befriend people, but wherever he goes, he brings misery and death, and he blames his creator. And so he goes out on a quest to basically make Victor Frankenstein, his creator, feel the way that he feels. Feel like everything has been taken away from him. So he goes on a mission to take everything away from Victor Frankenstein. And Robert De Niro plays the creature, the Frankenstein monster, in a very humane way that makes you question who really is the monster in this story. Is it the creature? Who is the most human character that you're ever going to come across? Wronged, rejected, outcasted, but very human, and shows so much emotion, being brilliantly played by Robert De Niro, or is it Victor Frankenstein? He really is the bad guy here. And it even plays with the Bride of Frankenstein story as well, by having obviously a very gruesome death, I might add, which is why this has a very hard R. The Frankenstein creature actually does rip the heart of Frankenstein's newly bewed wife's, rips her heart right out of her chest, kills her. He actually has the audacity to bring his wife back, in much the same way that he created that creature. And yeah, it goes to dark places. It definitely goes to dark places, and it's very, very accurate. And obviously, at the very end, both the creature and in Dr. Frankenstein obviously find peace, being laid to rest near an iceberg, which is just like it is in the novel. And he sets them on fire, and they burn to death in the distance, which is exactly the way it is in the book. So yeah, this is a very, very, very accurate adaptation of the novel. Now as for the quality, this has a brand new 4K restoration from the original camera negative. It has now it is Adobe Vision. It was really designed for Adobe Vision, but it does make use of HDR10. But don't expect the HDR10 heavy movie like, say, Insidious. This is the HDR10 just tries to make up for the lack of Adobe Vision, which I just don't. Just why, unfortunately, I did not have Adobe Vision technology on my 4K screen currently. I do plan on updating the screen at some point to when it does. That way, I can really take a look at these Adobe Vision heavy titles and see how they look, as opposed to always relying on HDR10 to kind of make up for it. The the sound, you have the option of the original English Dolby Surround Stereo mix. You also have the DTS HD Master Audio sound presentation. The DTS HD 5.1 sound presentation is how I watched the movie. It is pretty generic for what it is, but that makes a lot of sense. This is not a effect-heavy movie. Like I said, people expect a Frankenstein movie to be very effect-heavy. It's probably because everybody's so used to, say, Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman, or I, Frankenstein, both of which are not based off of the Mary Shelley's novel at all, but based off of something else. I, Frankenstein is based off of a graphic novel. Van Helsing, I believe, is also based off of something like that. So, or maybe it's just some fictional adventure stuff made up. But it's certainly not based off the Mary Shelley Frankenstein novel. The Mary Shelley Frankenstein novel is both kind of a cult drama mixed in with a horror story, kind of at the same time. So it's supposed to be symbolic. It's not supposed to be very action-packed orientated. And well, that's all there's to say about Mary Shelley's Frankenstein from 1994. Sorry I could not pronounce the British director, writer, producer, and actor who made this movie. His last name. Maybe one day I will. So if you haven't seen this film, I would say check it out, and I'll see you in my next review.